Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Keith Pascal, CMDB Worldwide Support Lead. Today we're going to talk about the CMS UI discovery. First, let's go over an overview. So why should we use the CMS UI for discovery? Well, there's quite a few benefits of this. First is flexibility. You can build zones with 4 different kinds of blocks. There's IP range groups, job groups, schedule groups, and credential groups. And it's kind of like building blocks. So that's very intuitive. And you also get some improved control with the advanced discovery jobs. You can run that discovery against any of the IP ranges, and the REST API is available to support that custom programming or discovery. So you can actually use the REST API to do this. One of the big advantages of doing the CMS UI discovery is when you want to run specific types of jobs against different IP address ranges with different schedules. In the traditional user interface, if I was to want to run host connection by shell against, let's say US East resources, I could do that, but I would have to copy the discovery job and then modify the trigger TQL so that it only contained the IP addresses from the US East discovery zones, and then set the schedule for that job, and then copy the job again, and let's say set the schedules for the US West, and then copy the job again and set the input TQL so that it would get your APJ systems so that you could run them all at a specific time for that particular zone. So now with the CMS UI, you can actually do all of that from the CMS UI without having to modify the adapters, without having to copy the input TQLs. You also get some flexibility. There's performance. You can have up to 100 zones, and these are not to be confused with management zones that you would see from the legacy UCMDB user interface. The dispatch performance has increased by an order of magnitude. You get elastic probe thread management, meaning that the probe will detect how many threads you're using and how busy that particular probe is, and use more threads if needed, and if the probe can support it, to get the jobs done in a more timely fashion. You can use some built-in metrics to identify some bottlenecks. Because it uses the REST API, the UI response times are better than the traditional user interface. And the big thing is more than 100 times the performance for adding and editing credentials and IP ranges in large environments. So there are some very good performance increases. Additionally, it's got wizard-based workflows, so the usability is improved. You can do zone activations with a single click. The capability of calculating the discovery dependencies when creating the zones. So if I added some jobs that I did not already have the discovery jobs before it enabled, it will create an additional zone with dependencies so that my job will run smoothly. This is not something that existed in the native user interface. And you have goal-based discovery, meaning I'm telling the system that I want to discover specific types of CIs, and then it kind of figures out what discovery jobs I need to run in order to achieve the goals that I want. So there's quite a few benefits to the new CMS UI discovery. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have a great day.